Wow. Time for the main event. We've come across the country to do tonight's show from Seattle, Washington, because for the first time in the nearly 19 years we've been on the air, we got a chance to chat with the CEO of Amazon.com. Amazon's been on fire lately. The stock's up more than 70% for the year, one of the nation-state names that make up the Magnificent Seven. So where do you go next after you've conquered retail, the #1 cloud infrastructure play, major player in the advertising world? Let's take a closer look with Andy Jassy. He's the president and CEO of Amazon.com. Mr. Jassy, thank you so much for having us. Thank you for taking Mad Money on. It is great to have you in person. And the first thing I have to ask you, you are all those things I just mentioned: largest retailer, advertising, movie production, sports broadcaster, grocer, pharmacy, hardware device, car retailer soon. Now, this is all under one roof. What kind of responsibility do you feel, given the fact that this is actually a huge part of our economy?
Well, first of all, it's great to be here with you, Jim, so thank you for being here. And, I think what we feel across we're in a lot of different diverse businesses, as you mentioned, but the thing that ties everything together at Amazon and the responsibility we feel is to make customers' lives better and easier every day across every single one of our businesses. And if you think about our businesses, we have consumers, we have sellers, we have developers, we have enterprises, we have brands and creators. That's what we're trying to do across the businesses. And each of those businesses you mentioned, we believe there's an opportunity to change the customer experience, make people's lives easier and better, and that's what we're trying to do.
Okay, so Andy, with all those businesses, I think you've got a better handle on what's going on with the economy than pretty much anybody in the world, and you're not political. So tell me, how's it look, particularly after that huge cyber spending period?
Well, consumers are still spending. They're being careful about what they spend on, and they're looking for bargains and deals wherever they can, and wherever they can trade down on price, they're trying to do so. And it's really why, if you looked at what we did in our holiday season, it's always important to save customers money, particularly during the holidays, and especially in this type of economy. And so we, in our Prime Big Deals Day, which was our exclusive event for Prime members to kick off the holidays, we had tens of millions of deals, and it was by far the best kickoff event that we ever did. And then if you look at what's going to happen, most people are not done with their holiday shopping. We have hundreds of millions of deals still left to come. They're dropping every day till December 24th. And so we know that customers care a lot about saving money, and we're working really hard with our third-party selling partners to provide them great deals so they can shop for the holiday season and feel good about it.
Okay, we do have persistent inflation. You've said it yourself. We have higher interest rates, student loan payment resumptions, and yet they are still spending. Now, I know they're looking for bargains, but isn't it incredible that it's still a pretty robust economy, interest rates so high, got the Federal Reserve chairman trying to cool things off?
Well, I think people are going to buy certain retail items. A lot will have to go bad before people stop investing in detergent and shampoo and soap and things like that. And if you look at our consumables business, the growth rate there is pretty extraordinary year over year, in significant part because we have been able to speed up our delivery so much in the last year. And so when you can get items to people same day or next day at the latest, they end up considering you for a lot more purchases. But if you look at some of the items, like more discretionary items, laptops or electronics or phones, people are being more careful, and where they may have taken the more expensive unit, they're taking a less expensive unit. And so we're still growing at a faster rate in those areas than you see the rest of the segment, but more timid than they've done in the past.
All right, well, I'm going to go back to what you said about the consumables. Okay, so sometimes I order like razor blades, Gillette, and they're there the same day. I order like a very popular book, the new Reacher book. I know you got season 2 coming up. It's there the same day. How does this stuff get to me the same day? What occurs?
Well, first of all, if you look at just the first half of this year, in our top 60 metros, over 60% of the shipments were coming to people in the same day or one day. So a lot of it has to do with a combination of two things. One is, when we took our U.S. fulfillment network from a flat national network to 8 regional hubs, we redid all the placement algorithms to get items close to where we're shipping to end customers. We were not only able to take the transportation distances down, which lowers your transportation costs and speeds up delivery to customers, but we also took our cost to serve down. So it was a great customer experience benefit for customers, getting it faster, and then also it took our cost to serve down. Then the other thing is that we have these same-day facilities, which are a different special...
Same day.
So basically there's...
Like intraday.
In the same day, in just a few hours. And the average purchase in those same-day facilities from click to being ready to ship is 11 minutes. So it's a different design in those fulfillment centers. And we have top million, we've about 1 million SKUs that we can ship out of there where we can ship in the same day. So we moved from 2-day to a lot of the shipments being 1 day, and then increasingly we're being able to ship items to people in the same day.
Well, I know we're going to talk about artificial intelligence later, but have you done enough work to be able to say that there's a level that if it comes quickly, that person won't go to the store because it's more convenient just to go to Amazon?
Yeah, you see it all the time that when sometimes people make the mistake where they assume that there is, you're kind of in the law of diminishing returns if you keep trying to speed up the delivery, but we do very rigorous testing, and every time we can take delivery speed to be faster for customers, it meaningfully changes their conversion rate and the rate at which they're willing to buy. And what you find downstream for customers is when you're able to get them delivery much faster, they consider you for much more of their purchases. And so it's customers love getting items quickly.
All right, so I like reliability. I like things coming quickly. But there are these apparel makers, okay? I don't want to say they're Chinese because one's allegedly from Singapore, the other one's based in Boston. Temu and Shein, and they've got these prices that, frankly, I know you had to address with some a pricing change for yours, but they come in 7 days, 17 days, 20 days. Why are people crazy about those, and why did you have to adjust your pricing for sellers?
Well, first of all, I mean, I think you know this, Jim. These market segments are so gigantic, and so competition is really good. We've always thought it was good. It's good for customers.
Fair competition, come on.
Fair competition, but it's good for customers. It's good for businesses. It's good for invention. And so, when you look at retail as an example, we have a pretty big retail business, and we're still about just 1% of the worldwide retail market segment share. And it's still the case in the U.S., 80% of the retail is still in physical stores. And outside the U.S., it's about 85%. So these are giant businesses, and they're going to be a lot of successful players. I think that's good for consumers. We feel very good about what we provide for customers, and it's differentiated because we have much broader selection than anybody else, and we've only added to that in the last couple of years. And then, as we were talking about earlier, we have very low prices. If you look at, Profitero, the external analyst that looks at e-commerce, heading into the holiday season, they showed that Amazon's prices were 16% lower in the 15 categories they measured than any other retailer. So we have very low prices with lots of deals we've put together with third-party sellers. And then customers care about deeply and love getting delivery quickly. And so if you have you can be successful with smaller selection and good prices and, longer delivery, but, I feel pretty good about what we offer customers with how large our selection is, the prices, and then how fast the delivery
Well, were you surprised at the growth of these companies? I mean, it's out of nowhere.
I think as I said, there are a lot of players that are going to be successful in the retail space. There have always been. And so, we continue to try and do right by customers, and we know what they care about, and those inputs of selection, price, and really fast delivery continue to matter for them.
Well, would you ever do that kind of influencer thing where basically if I talk up a product, I get like $200 from Amazon?
Look, I think everybody has different ways that they choose to address customers, and I think the really best companies try to find ways to be inspired by things that that customers like. So we'll always consider and listen, and we care a lot about what our third-party sellers care about and what our consumers care about. But what they tell us most is we want the broadest possible selection at low prices and very fast delivery.
Well, I want to be sure you did cut the prices for some of these sellers.
What we did was we just announced our new cost structure for sellers, which we do once a year, and we lowered the cost for sellers and the commission that we take on apparel items. And we always have a mix of different cost pieces that are reflective of our own cost structure. And some, if you look at, we took some down. We took outbound delivery fees down.
Right.
We took the cost associated with apparel down. Others where we have costs that we're not really recovering, we try to change so that we can share in some of those savings together. So we'll always have a mix of those.
But you obviously don't like to lose. I mean, you don't want to lose to Shein. You don't want to lose to Temu.
Remember, by the way, Shein has a storefront right in Amazon, so they're also a partner. So, most of the companies that we interact with, both in AWS as well as in our retail business, they're both partners, and then we also have some overlap.
All right. Now, look, we're going to my conversation with Amazon President and CEO Andy Jassy continues after the break. I'll tell you, he also doesn't want to lose. Stay with us.
Coming up, more from the CEO of Amazon. Keep it here for part 2 of Cramer's Can't Miss One-on-One. Next.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on Twitter. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadTweets. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.